A musician named Johnny Buck is coming to town. He's only a few years older than the twins, who just started middle school. So he's 14, 15 maybe? I can't believe the entire town is going crazy over an 8th grade singer.
Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review.
Last year, a bunch of obsessed fans mobbed Johnny's hotel. Johnny rewarded them by throwing his hat into the crowd. Elizabeth caught it, but Jessica said, "Oh wow, you caught it for me! It's my hat now!" So Jessica stole her sister's hat and convinced herself that Johnny likes her so much he's going to join the Unicorn Club. It would be funny if it wasn't so pathetic. I have no idea why Elizabeth and Jessica do not go to Johnny's hotel this year. They did it last year. Steven is a high school freshman, which means he's older than Johnny Buck. I mean, he's old enough to go to the concert, but the twins are not. Mom and Dad say they're too young to go to a rock concert. Those things are dangerous. There's probably drugs and alcohol, not to mention inappropriate behavior. It's an open-air concert that starts at 4. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a wild scene. People get home from the concert around 8:30, so that means Johnny performs for about 4 hours. That would explain why tickets are so expensive. $25? Jessica doesn't have that kind of money. She tries to trick Elizabeth into buying a $25 blouse. When that doesn't work, she pretends to be Amy's new best friend so she can trick Amy into buying the same blouse. Elizabeth sees the entire scam. She feels angry and ashamed that Jessica's taking advantage of her best friend. But Elizabeth doesn't try to stop it. She just stands and watches without saying anything. Some best friend. Jessica learns the elderly Mrs. Bramble will pay $25 for a dog sitter this week. The problem is that Jessica hates dogs with a passion. She screams when the dog touches her. Just looking at a dog makes her feel sick. Doesn't Jessica have a dog in the main series? I just checked, and yes, Jessica gets a dog in Sweet Valley High number 33, which came out 1 month before this book. Continuity! Jessica gets the job by lying about everything. She also lies to get paid in advance. The next day, she lies to her friends and says she's going to meet with Johnny after the concert. Yeah, right. Let me guess. Next, she's going to say Max and Goofy will be on stage at the Powerline concert. Jessica pretends she's going to Lila's house so she and Lila can sneak out to the concert. Elizabeth finds out about Jessica's plan. Elizabeth admires Jessica's determination, so she promises not to tell Mom and Dad. I guess the moral of the story is it's okay to break rules and endanger yourself as long as you put enough effort into rule breaking. Not that Jessica puts much effort into watching the dog. Whenever it's time to feed or walk the dog, Jessica forces one of her family members to do it. Jessica is supposed to be at home when Mrs. Bramble comes to pick up the dog. Mrs. Bramble is delayed, and Jessica wants to get to the concert super early. So she ties up the dog in the backyard. The knot falls apart, and the dog runs away. Yep, Jessica just lost the dog she was supposed to watch. The concert ends up being pretty boring to read about. Jessica struggles to push through the large crowd so she can get to the front row stage area. Why do they even bother having assigned seating if anybody could walk up to the stage? There is a huge group of Johnny fans by the stage. Jessica's shocked to learn she's not special. Johnny gives hats to his fans all the time. It's a real heartbreaker. After the concert, a man hands out signed photos of Johnny. Jessica is humiliated to see all the other girls got the same photo as she did. Janet notices that it's the photo which is sold at the souvenir stands. It seems weird to me that they would sell the photos during the concert for actual money only to give them away for free afterwards. For some reason, the book decides the lost dog is Elizabeth's problem, not Jessica's. Jessica lost the dog, but she's not responsible for it. Elizabeth is. Elizabeth searches for the dog for over 3 hours. When Mom says they should get Jessica's help, Elizabeth panics. She doesn't want Mom to know Jessica snuck out to the concert. So Elizabeth purposely delays her mom as long as possible. That gives Jessica enough time to go back to Lila's house and pretend she was there the whole time. Stop covering for Jessica's lies, Elizabeth. The good news is that the dog is found, safe and sound. Mom wants Jessica to return her dog-sitting money. Instead of telling Jessica directly, Mom has Elizabeth deliver the message. This allows Jessica to get away with not returning the money she spent on concert tickets. I know Mom is bad at parenting, but it feels like she's purposely doing things in such a way that it's easy for Jessica to avoid getting caught. Seriously, why did Mom wait 2 hours before asking Jessica to look for the dog that she lost? A good parent would have gotten Jessica involved in the dog search right away. Jessica is forced to apologize for losing the dog. She cries for real and confesses everything to Mrs. Bramble. Jessica doesn't tell squat to her parents, but she tells everything to the random old lady who doesn't care because Jessica's not her daughter. And besides, Mrs. Bramble also snuck out of the house when she was in middle school, so she understands. She gives Jessica the fairly light punishment of walking the dog every day for a month. On the very first day, Jessica tries to get out of the job. Elizabeth laughs because Jessica will never change. The end. Post-book follow-up. I hated this book. It's all about Jessica lying to people and breaking rules. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck, as Jessica's lies and schemes keep getting bigger and bigger until they blow up in her face. Only they didn't blow up in Jessica's face. She gets away with everything. We're supposed to feel bad for her because her free concert souvenir is not as unique as she hoped for. What kind of punishment is a free signed celebrity photo? Normally, Elizabeth is the good twin who tries to stop Jessica from doing bad things. Not in this book. She's completely out of character. She actively covers for all of Jessica's lies. I don't know why Jessica didn't tell her mom the truth right away. If Elizabeth did nothing and let Jessica get caught by Mom, that would have been an okay ending too. For the concert, Jessica steals Elizabeth's fancy new dress along with the expensive earrings Elizabeth got for Mom's birthday. Jessica loses one of the earrings at the concert. I thought, aha, that's going to be her big mistake, which leads to her getting caught. But nope, it doesn't matter. Mrs. Bramble gets Jessica a pair of replacement earrings for free without being asked. How convenient. I remember this series has several sitcom-style books where Jessica is a wacky schemer, not an evil villain. This book occasionally gets close to that mindset, but Jessica has too many moments of awfulness to be considered a likable hero. She is mean to dogs. Being frightened of a scary dog is one thing, but refusing to feed a cute little Cocker Spaniel just because you hate dogs is more like animal cruelty. Even if you ignore all the stuff with the concert, Jessica still deserves to be punished for her terrible dog-sitting job. I am trying and failing to think of a positive thing to say about this book. It does a good job of setting up next book's villain. It can't be easy to write a villain who's even worse than Jessica, yeah. I give Sweet Valley Twins number 5 sneaking out a 0 out of 10.